Jesus Christ. Sometimes it seems like the Gospels have like contradictory statements, because here we have Jesus saying that his way is easy and his burden is light. That you find rest in being a follower of Christ. Well, at the same time, you hear things contrasted that with, this is a narrow road and only few people can make it, and then take up your cross and follow me. So there's this also other element that, that has a sense of very difficult road that only a few people take. And then you have this other message that's really about easy. And as I was reflecting on this, I was thinking, how when you read about the lives of the saints or those who do good, and they tend to be saintly people, they have they're seen as kind of doing this with effortlessly. Like they are able to live the life of Christ and the Christian faith with joy, with happiness, with love, and yet there are sometimes some of us, who we judge through this Christian life. We're like, so hard being a Christian today, so hard to be a follower of Christ in this day and age, and I think, why for some people it seems to be effortlessly, other than God's grace, and others for whom you're like, it's not easy doing, following God today. And I think that what I connect it with, and trying to make the connection is in myself, is that how I usually use a lot of things with carpenters. So for all those who build things, right, and they're carpenters, this idea of those who have the right tools, they come and complete like a floor, no problem, really easy. We could knock that off in a day. And I look at it like, thank God I don't have to do that. Thank goodness, I don't have to do that, because it's a lot of work. And they're like, that's easy. And I take a look at, we're renovating the priory, and it's just overwhelmed by all of it. But someone who knows how to do it, who's got the right tools, walks in and says, yeah, we can take care of this and this and this effortlessly. It's amazing how for some people, what is overwhelming to do and very difficult, others, it's like, we'll take care of this. I can knock that off in an hour, because obviously they have the right tools. They seem to have learned the right way. They know how to do that. And I think if you have the right tools and you have the right knowledge and you're using all that is available to you, usually these things tend to become a lot easier. And I think it's the same thing with our values, and the same thing with our faith. There is a side to us that finds maybe the Christian life more difficult because it goes against the culture, and you've got to do other things, and you have to, wait before you get married, and you have to live a Christian life, and you have to forgive, and these things are so, especially someone who's hurt you, and you have to move toward that, and it just seems like this is not an easy labor, and it doesn't find very restful. Except I think that when the phrase that kind of struck my mind is, Jesus says, learn from him. Learn his ways. Because the way he does it is certainly a lot easier. And I thought of that for some, I think, that it's very difficult to be detached from things because we love things that we have. We love maybe our homes and our clothes and our things, and if we lose them, it's a very difficult thing because we are attached to them, right? But learning Christ's ways of being free from these things, then it's amazing how to give that up doesn't seem very difficult at all. We have some people, like there are people who, they hate fish and they find very difficult, Fridays during Lent because they don't want to eat fish. And others are like, I don't have any problem. I love fish, so it's not a sacrifice for me, And it's like, well, this idea was if it's something that you've learned and you've loved and something that you have, then it changes the situation. So it's not easy. It's not easy when we're not doing it Christ's way, with his heart, with his mind that we've learned from him. And I think that makes a big difference. Because I think God wants us to have a happy life. I think he wants us to go through this life not struggling in terrible kind of, getting up and sort of drudging our way through life, right? Because, you'd be like, that's a terrible gift I've given you. But sometimes when we live it the wrong way, or we live it within sin, or we live it in selfishness, it does make Christianity and Christ's ways look very difficult, because we're so far from learning his ways, using his tools, relying on his grace, all of that comes our way. So remember that the phrase is, come to me, all you who labor and you're burdened. You find your life very difficult right now. God will give you rest. Christ will give you rest if you learn from him about how to deal with a lot of it that we face in living the Christian life.